Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for January 20th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, Monday. As I've been sharing with everybody, that there is, and will continue to be, external extractions. And it is for those who are consciously aware of exactly what is transpiring. Understand that whatever you see, whatever you view, all right, with your physical senses, is a complete distraction. Now, it's always made to look like real as possible. And where does it go? Once we understand, how this construct has been put together, it always heads to the ego mind. For the ego mind to stir up the heart, mind, and emotional core to create what? Fear. The ego dictates to the heart mind responds by generating fear. The thoughts that the ego mind generates, which are, as we all know, are unlimited, they're just continual. We embrace those quickly. If the ego mind is in charge, that's the process. What happens is that the majority of the people become frightened or fearful, and we all know that fear then generates aggressiveness, desperation, and it is a downward spiral in low matter frequencies, survival matter frequencies. So it is almost a given that you will see these distractions that will be literally calling to bring our attention to divert it and to confuse, because this how do I put it? The governments of this planet are no longer in authority. Everything that is happening here, it is absolutely a distraction and an illusion. It is to keep the civilization in a bicameral coma so that it is continually seeking external leadership, external thinking, external governing. And that's how they've always done it. And it is nothing new. It's just that the collective consciousness of this planet, Earth Gaia, has risen or elevated it to a certain extent where none of this holds any weight. It doesn't hold anything for the population. The population used to embrace these things. Used to embrace them and believe them and be diverted into that false belief and manipulated. It's basically manipulation through the ego mind and also the subconscious mind. But knowing this, it doesn't mean you're fully mastered over it, but knowing it is literally half of the way. And half of the way basically helps us to begin to understand more and more, again, of who and what we are. Excuse me. And see, this is very tricky for the majority of this population, majority of this civilization. When we understand that everything is about within us, all the answers are within us. It's never been out there. That's why this planet is in the shape it's in. That's why the civilization is in the confusion it's in. It is because of this. The true authority and power is each and every one of us. It has nothing to do with someone in an opulent position dictating and guiding and making decisions for the many. It's a literal dark matter frequency control. And the dark matter instigates hatred, fear, stress, aggressiveness, revenge, continually feeding the population literally into confusion, mass hysteria, many, many different things. And there's no contesting it, because when you do look at it, when you do say, I'm going to face this, and then I'm going to forgive and have it basically vaporize, because it is in our energy or direction to feed the very beast that wishes to devour us. Doesn't make any sense at all. It's absolutely silly. And as long as the civilization believes that this control is real through the ego mind, it will be. It's just that simple. It will be. But when you embrace anger and fear and negativity and dissension and manipulation, you embrace all these things. What happens is that you become these things. And then it's just basically the same old that's been going on amongst this civilization for thousands and thousands of years. And where does it end, I've been asked? Where does it end? Well, which it's not going to in this timeline. Self-annihilation, degradation and destruction of the planet, all life. That's where it ends. This is an engineered direction for a self-annihilation of a civilization. Now, has this happened? Sure it has. It isn't a surprise. It's not something that's, boogity-boogity, boogeyman type stuff. It's what we understand. We are the God. It's not ego. It's not from the ego mind. It is a knowing. Therefore, we are able to shift the very energies and frequencies, and we are doing that simply by intending it through the heart mind, without greed or avarice, without any kind of ulterior direction. And we do this knowingly. We do it because we desire for the entire civilization and all life on and above and below this planet to be in bliss and joy, to live in a paradise, to experience the body fully, to end all unnatural aging, to end it all, to eliminate it, eliminate all the stresses, all the diseases that have been literally perpetrated on this civilization since its beginning. To understand that these bodies are made up of a multitude of genetics through the existences of these vessels. Many different forms of genetics, genes have been introduced, DNA, to these vessels. And knowing that is very important, because then eventually we will come full circle and we will be able to activate these different genetics, DNA, the ones that are dormant right now. The reason for that We have not become fully conscious to the extent of being able to directly, since we do command our genes, all of us do. We command our genes. We've just been convinced that we have no power. And that's just absolutely a bald-faced lie. We were created by source creation. We are omnipotently powerful. It is our choosing to determine what direction we go. It isn't somebody sitting somewhere, chewing on a cigar, deciding the fate of you or I. It has nothing to do with that. The civilization has waited and waited so long for what? Something to happen. When they are the happen. And the collective consciousness is proving it every single day. We are shifting and changing the very fabric of this planet and how things are done. This is why everything that is attempted by subversiveness, by deception, by manipulation, by diversion, is out in full view. And because so many of us are aware to the extent where we actually see through the veil of deception, and the veil no longer protects those who wish to do us harm. These are things that it's not so much your viewing, it is your feeling. It is through the heart mind, which is super more powerful than the ego mind. And we feel it. We know it. It isn't wishful. It isn't conjured up by our ego minds through a thought. It is a feeling. We know it. Our attention and our direction and our energy and frequency is within the kingdom of God, which is housed in each and every one of us. So as gods, we determine the fate of this planet. Seriously. Not a grouping of greedy, wealthy, deceptive, manipulative, subversive, vile, low frequencies. This doesn't make any sense, and it never has. So for those of us who are clear, conscious, without anger, without aggression, without fear, that we understand to a certain extent who and what we are. And we are continually progressing at a rapid pace to a paradise, a pinnacle of literal transformation. Some of us are experiencing things more rapidly. Some of us are experiencing things at first we're fearful, and then we start to understand the energies must be pretty high. I have a pain in my stomach. I have a pain in my shoulder. The energies are quite high. The frequencies are high. It isn't for someone to tell us. It is for us to know. And everything that we have ever desired, we are already equipped with. We've just been literally guided outside of ourselves for so darn long that that's what we automatically gravitate to. Well, they've got to tell us what to do. They've got to inform us of what's going on. They have to do this and that. And as that happens throughout thousands of years, we atrophy. Our abilities atrophy. If you don't use your muscles, they'll atrophy. They'll shrink. They'll lose their strength. It's no different with us. If we don't use who and what we are for the benefit of ourselves and the rest of the civilization, what do you think happens? All of this is the doings of us. Everything happening is the doings of us. If you convince yourself that you are minuscule, that you're nothing, that you're not powerful, that you have all of these issues that you're dealing with and you don't know what to do, and it keeps expanding. What do you think that's all about? Again, it is the ego mind dictating to the heart mind on a regular basis. That's what it is. That's all it is. You can change that. You can shift it, since we are change constant. We are never not changing. So what is it that now the collective consciousness of this planet really desires? It desires freeness. It desires happiness and bliss and joy. It desires immortality. It desires lifelong romantic love. It desires many things, and so shall it have it. This universe, this sacred space that this solar system inhabits, the planets. There's well over 100 in the solar system. How were they created? They were created by consciousness. All of it, everything, created by consciousness. What is source creator? What is source creation? Consciousness. Collective means together. Grouping. We view things. This is why when I say we will eventually create universes, and in reality, we already are. We already are. And all of us must decide, one way or another, in our own ways, to understand who you are. And not just ask it superficially, but go deep within you and look within as long as you possibly can. When you are ever challenged by anything in this life, sit in the very core of your stuckness and ask, who am I really? What am I really? And that answer, coming from the heart, mind, and the God that you are, will say, you are the kingdom of God. You are the God. You are creator. You are love. You are peace. You are joy. You are a divine presence within a presence. You are an infinite wellspring of this divine existence within. You are all that there ever has been, ever will be, ever is, ever beyond and forever. This is what we are. It's not something else. You're part of the planet, you're part of the nature, you're part of the animals, you're part of all life. So knowing this, dare to embrace it without the fear of the unknown, crossing the river of void and entering the land of the unknown. And clear the mind. You literally have infinite possibilities. It is at your own choosing, each and every one of us. And the peace that you all seek is within you, always has been. When we say the journey is within, it is profoundly, concretely exactified into the true reality of your own existence. And when you relax and you just literally flow, you tune into the abundance that you are. It's there. Never left you. Never will. Tune into the happiness that you are. That you always have been. Remember that every single particle, subatomic, quantum, hyperquantum, in the universe is connected to all the particles in a holographic matrix and energetic field. You, each of us, physically change the existence, behavior, and direction of these subatomic particles depending on where you're focusing your attention. This has always been the trick played on us gods. Always been the trick. If we can trick them and make them believe this, we will have their power to do with what as we choose. We can get them to murder each other. We can get them to be angry at each other. We can get them to separate from each other. We can get them to fall into anger and hate and fear. We can feed off of them. We can maneuver them. We can think for them. We can lead them. We can govern them. For that we have convinced them that they are not capable of doing this for themselves. When actually the truth is absolutely the opposite. A stark opposite. So you, each of us, physically change the existence, behavior, and direction of all particles, whatever their size, subatomic particles, quantum, depending on where you are focusing your attention. Doesn't it make sense that we finally begin to focus our attention in our own choosing, in our own way, to the love that we are, to the peace that we are, to the joy that we are, to the abundance that we are, to the tranquility and benevolence that we are? Doesn't that make sense? That we work together as one. That we finally eliminate all of the subterfuge, all of the confusion, all of the misguidance, once and for all. So that this civilization takes many steps up into the higher frequencies and is in bliss. And since every one of us within our bliss, doesn't it make any sense? Seriously, why couldn't we have this planet in such a state as well? Remember, your imagination is everything, and it is the preview of life's coming attractions. That's your imagination. It is real. Everything you imagine is real. Everything you imagine is real. All you do is embrace through the heart-mind, thoughts through the ego, mind, and subconscious, and then you create. And you bring it into reality. So everything in your imagination is real. It is a preview of life's coming attractions that came from Albert Einstein. And here is something that is profound, is that imagination creates reality. Man is all imagination. And in our truth, the real truth of this civilization is that we are spirit. We are God. We are the God. The body has been projected by the mind, which itself originates from the spirit. That was Ramana Maharishi. Now here is something for all of us to understand, contemplate, embrace. The key to creating outrageous outcomes in our life depends on the vibrational state at which your body-mind is vibrating. The positive energy and vibrations available are far beyond that which you'll find on Earth. The light etheric energy that emanates from this truly magical place is very healing, inspiring, and powerful. This is called the blue light. Instantly heightens the current of energy flowing through your body-mind, which in turn opens up any situations that may be stuck in your life. So we have a situation on the planet that happens to be located here in this country currently. And it is a deceptive, manipulative, low matter frequency. Happens to be in the state of Virginia. Now, all of us being conscious, we look at this and we say, that shouldn't be allowed. That can create harm to others. And it is a diversion, and it is a deception, which we all know. So when we have these periods or these instances where the lower dark matter frequencies are churning and active, trying to fabricate some kind of falsity to distract the civilization into a different direction, we don't give it much attention unless we desire to transform the frequencies into a higher frequency of peace, joy, bliss, and that it gives a message to the rest of those around it. So in this meditation, we send a message to all the lower dark matter frequencies in deep eternal love and joy and bliss. That they are no longer needed. That we no longer choose to entertain them. And that they are dismissed. And that they are cleared, deleted, removed on all planes of existences, in all dimensions, in all densities, in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. We make this heart, mind, intent simply out of pure, deep, eternal love, peace, joy, bliss, happiness, prosperity, and abundance for everyone, for all. So this meditation is simply put, transmute. Transmute all lower frequencies and lower vibrational energies. We bring in the purple transmuting flame. We transmute it all into neutral light substance. We encapsulate it in its own light and and we surround it with the ultraviolet light, and it is removed from all of us, never again to be able to attach or inhabit any one of us ever again. Each of us are protected with the highest of high frequencies of the triple electromagnetic white Christ light of protection. We call upon this to further protect us. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, which I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is we want to relax our bodies. Our bodies are important. They're the temples that carry around the kingdom of God, or the God within us. However you want to label it, the spirit, the soul, the God. It is the God. And as we do this, the body begins to just let go, unfold, unwrinkle, completely relax. For there's nothing that we are doing to it through the ego mind to disturb it or to stress it. And our stresses are so far out of control that it is time for us to relieve them. Relieve the body of all of this unnecessary conjuring that we do with ourselves incessantly through the ego mind. So we relax the body, head to toe, inside and out. It is our choosing. We are the only ones that can naturally relax our bodies. So, it is so. And as we relax our bodies, we want to move into the now. The now is everything. The now is all that we have ever had, ever will have. It holds the past, the present, and the future. There's no need for us to continually, incessantly embrace the past to create our futures. Is it a negative thing? But it is something that it shouldn't. You cannot do it because it keeps us in a void of repeating cycles over and over again without any forward movement. And we don't care to go into the future because we haven't created it yet. In this very now, we're creating our futures. Only in the now can you create your future. So as we do this, we still the ego mind. The chatter subsides. The incessant thoughts retreat. We still the subconscious mind so it cannot incessantly pump us with past experiences. So we still the mind. Move more into peace, tranquility, and benevolence, to joy, into gentleness, into kindness. And as we do this, we want to breathe. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth balances and focuses us always in the now, because it is the now. The breath can only be in the now. So whenever we get off track, and we know when we get off track, we know when we slip off the now, then we just concentrate and focus on our breathing. It's no different than when you feel you're being incessantly attacked by some kind of an external force, something that never leaves you alone, something that is always hammering you, something that you're convinced is out to destroy you. It is your your ego mind and your subconscious conjuring this in reality. Therefore, you create it. And therefore, you embrace it through the ego mind to believe it. It is always the heart mind. First. And by using our breath, we focus on the now. So as we breath in, we take a very nice, easy breath in through the nose, and we sustain it. We hold it for a brief period of time, about 3 seconds. And here's the frequencies of the 3 seconds. I am light, I am love, I am. I am light, I am love, I am. I am light, I am love, I am. And then you exhale, breath out through the mouth very easily and freely. And you want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. Now, as we breath in, we're breathing in divine positive energy. The divine positive energy, where is its source? Source creation. Who created us out of deep eternal love. And the collective consciousness of this planet Earth, Gaia, and the collective consciousness of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. There's no separation. We hold the essence, each and every one of us, as drops of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. We are the essence of the golden ocean. We are the essence of creation. And the divine positive energy comes in through the kingdom of God in the heart mind. The heart mind is a vibrator. We have a vibrational frequency of deep eternal love and the high frequencies. And it comes in, and it's always communicating with us on a vibrational frequency. It's not a voice in the head. And what happens is that when we're consciously aware and we are in a knowing, the communication is very clear. It comes in, you are the power to shift and change, to affect every molecule, every subatomic particle that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. You change the very landscape of existence. It is whatever you focus on. All of us. Now picture collectively, we're all focusing on what? That we are the love, that we are the peace, that we are the joy, that we are the power, that we are the God, that we are the creation, and that we deem or decree that this planet become a paradise, that this planet become just an absolute God planet, where all life flourishes. Where all life flourishes. All of us, all life, flourish in paradise, in bliss, in joy of that which we truly are within these bodies. As we breath out any of the things or attachments that we have housed, hugged, held, dragged through these lives for no particular reason except for fear of not having them, whatever they may be. Pains, sorrows, anguishes, guilts, frustrations. I mean, it's endless. So we store them in the subconscious mind. Therefore, we dump the subconscious mind and we reprogram it with love, peace, joy, bliss, prosperity, abundance, immortality, tranquility, kindness, gentleness, benevolence, generosity, and humbleness. And then watch what happens. Now, we are from the heart mind to the ego mind. From the heart mind to the ego mind, to the subconscious. All from the heart mind. And the kingdom of God within these temples. The kingdom of God housed in each and every one of us. We are the heaven. We are the creation. We are the deep eternal love and the deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. There's no contesting this. There is just knowing this. And we have many with us, always. We have the archangels. We have the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of them. All of this civilization, they vibrate at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. They will appear in humanoid forms at times in our existences. If we are conscious enough, we will identify that. We can smell them, we can sense them, we can feel them. And they're around us all the time. As many as 10, 15, 20,000 at one, just around one of us. There are trillions of them. They've been with us since the beginning. And they're all at high frequency. They're all of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. The highest and deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. It's the same with ascended masters. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, Amoria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, many, many, many more. They have ascended out of body, and they hold their God form. Is what they are. The pure energy of source creation, made out of deep eternal love. We are gods who ascend into body to experience. Is there any source creation that is higher than another? No. All that exists in that comparison is the ego mind, which we don't care to have in charge. So we all join arm in arm, hand in hand, and we form a circle of light, a halo around the equator of this planet Gaia, Earth. As we do this, we emit a brilliant light. The light is a very high frequency. It is literally source creation light energy. This is our glow. This is the energy that we are inside these bodies. This is the kingdom of God. It flourishes. It is inexhaustible. And as we do this, we literally decide to step out of the body and above the head. We all begin to levitate up above the planet. We encase the planet in a perfect sphere of a penetrable field of protection. The same with us. The field of protection is in high frequency. We choose to maintain high frequency. High frequency is deep eternal love. High frequency is communicating with the kingdom of God within you, within each and every one of us. The high frequency is intent of peace, joy, love, prosperity, abundance, wealth, tranquility, benevolence, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness for all life, for all of us who currently exist with this planet, Gaia, Earth. So we're compelled to reach out to the other parts of source creation, our other brothers and sisters, all the light energy beings that are all in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the deepest of gratitudes can join us in this meditation, this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, all. And they come. They're gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all one. And we are all love, and our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth, all of these civilizations. There are many. And only those who maintain high frequencies of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, deepest of gratitudes can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They are in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity and humbleness, joy, bliss, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come. They come in the billions. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. They're gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all one, and we are all love, and our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all the galactics, all the off-worlders. There are many. The Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, and many, many, many more. Only those of these civilizations who vibrate in the highest frequency without the ego mind and are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest gratitudes can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity and humbleness, peace, bliss, joy, tranquility and benevolence, and they come in the billions, and they have assisted us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, in our freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love. And we, and our God light energy, is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. Those that are wandering and lonely are low frequency. They must elevate their frequencies to join us. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-ego mind, stillness of mind, non-negativity, kindness, gentleness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light. In this meditation, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. We are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet, Earth, Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion and non-judgment. Non-ego mind. Non-negativity. Stillness of mind. Kindness, gentleness, generosity, and humbleness. Bliss, peace, joy. Tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the trillions. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. In shapes, sizes, colors, configurations, and forms of which we have never laid eyes upon. And hand in hand, arm in arm, they are with us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. We are all love. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Lifting the fabric of creation into the highest of the deepest eternal love and the deepest and deepest, deepest of the highest of gratitudes. It is everywhere. Its brilliant light grays the darkness of the sacredness of space. We fill thousands of universes. We are all here convened at our own choosing to transition this planet, Earth, Gaia, into the God planet it was intended to be. And the final elimination of all the dark matter frequencies. Because as we increase the frequency of this planet, they can no longer sustain themselves. So as we ascend more and more, our frequencies go higher. We enter into higher dimensions, higher densities, more bliss, more peace, more joy, more balance, more tranquility, more benevolence. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. We created this sphere. It said center circle. It can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. It is omnipotently powerful. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Exponential growth of the meditations. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. It saturates, it floods the fabric and the sacredness of space. It floods us, head to toe, inside and out, through our physical temple, our bodies, through our kingdom of God within, to the God, the heart of God, the mind of God, to that which we are. You can feel its vibrational frequency throughout your molecular structure. You can feel as it enlightens you, as it accelerates your understanding and knowingness of who and what you are. It is absolute. All disruption on this planet Earth Gaia, in and above and below this planet Earth Gaia, is neutralized, transmuted into neutral light substance. It is then taken and it is then delivered to the great central sun for repurposing. And only we can engage that collectively, or if you wish, individually. We are the God. We were created by Source Creator in the image of the God. So the kingdom of God within is the image and the representation and the essence of the God, the Creator, the source creation of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. This is irrefutable. It is who and what we are. We affect change every second. We can move this planet into a God planet just through our intent through the heart mind. And it has already begun. And it is up to us to determine how swiftly we intend this to take place. There is no hold on it. There is no disruption. There is no blockage at all. It is free-flowing under the guide of the kingdom of God, of source creation. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. when we know completely that literally we are the change, we are the shift. It is our intentions that create. And through the heart mind, supervising the ego mind and subconscious mind, we can literally select very finitely as we shift, change, and ascend into higher frequencies this God planet, Earth Gaia. And so all life elevates and joins in and enjoys the paradise that we create. And it is already engaged. So understand all that around you, everything you're seeing and will be seeing, is an absolute illusion and it's a depiction of a past time. It is a depiction of the lower frequencies in existence. It is not in the now. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and into the night and the following morning. We'll be back here on January 21st, 2020, Tuesday,